Sometimes dead is better.
Oh, hi. Hey. Oh, hold the phone here. Look here, boys. It's February. And this is my month, bitches. Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Give Me Back My Horror Movie. I am one of your hosts. My name is Pete, and with me, hopefully on my side tonight, is Nate. Howdy, Nate.
This feels weird. Why does this feel weird? Why does it feel like I'm wearing pants backwards right now?
Also, shooting lasers into me through the interwebs. with the white hot intensity of 1,000 suns, it's our buddy Charlie. Hi, buddy. How you doing, man?
Why am I in the back seat? This is bullshit. I don't like the back seat.
I think I'm back here with you too, though, dude. Like, did we forget to call shotgun? What happened?
You're in the booster seat, though.
It's my month, and I got a Honda Civic, and I only got room for one of you up front.
I'm 6'5", man. I don't fit in the Honda Civic.
You're certainly not going to fit in my Honda Civic. That's for damn
That's
sure.
right, man. This feels weird.
This
It does
does.
feel weird. But it
I
feels
knew
so
it was going to
good.
happen, but I'm still I'm not upset. I'm confused.
I think everyone will eventually just wrap these episodes around them like a warm blanket and cuddle up next to the fire and listen to what we have to bring to them this month. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful month. I'm so excited. It is the shortest month of the year.
You
However,
still got 4 episodes.
Still got 4 episodes.
You know, Nate, what I'm really terrified about is this whole time we've been dreading our numbers may drop. I'm also terrified that they'll go up.
That would be best.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. That just
Really?
means more reading, though.
Oh,
More
God.
reading. Oh,
Yeah.
we got some reading to do, fellas.
A lot of reading.
Oh, boy.
Whole month of reading.
A whole month. Well, not. Yeah, actually, never mind.
Damn it.
Next week is dubbed, so you get a break for 1 week. The last 2,
Oh, okay.
you're up at Crick. So anyway,
We
welcome
might
to
do Kung
February.
Pao?
This we're not doing Kung Pao.
Damn it!
Welcome to February. This is my month, everyone. And we're bringing you 4 movies that I think need more attention from podcasters all around. And this week's selection is no exception from 2016. We have the French artsy-fartsy horror movie, coming-of-age cannibal film. It's called Raw. It won a whole bunch of awards at the Cannes in 2016. Supposedly, there were people getting sick from the graphic, gruesome horror.
People
I didn't
have
catch
weak
any of
stomachs.
I'm totally.
This has been happening forever. I remember when
this
Hostel
is-
came out, and they're like, "Oh, people are puking," and then I went
Mhm.
and saw it opening weekend, like my senior year or junior year, whatever it was, and I went, that was okay.
I wonder if maybe folks didn't know what they were getting into. There were a couple of parts that make my butt pucker for sure, but outside of that, it really isn't that bad as
No,
far
there's
as
only
the-
like
the
one scene
gore.
that made my butt pucker.
Uh-huh.
Are we
We can-
changing the rating for February to butt puckering?
we could.
How many butt puckers?
Yeah.
This is the only butt puckering film of the month, gents. So we'll get to that later, though. Anyway, Raw. This is I will go first because it is my month. Take a back seat, gents. So I found this movie about 3 years ago. I watched it and I was completely mesmerized. This, for whatever reason, this ticked all the boxes. I'm not usually an artsy fartsy guy, but it is it has that flavor to it. It has that art house feel to it. Of course, it's French, so they certainly do things their own way. They don't shy away from nudity, even though it's not titillating. Titillating.
I see what you did there.
They also don't shy away from homosexuality because that is part of this film as well. But they don't make it. They don't land on it too hard. They don't make it a sticking point in the film. It's just a way of life. It's just another person's preference. So I thought this film was marvelously shot, wonderfully acted. This young actress is just mesmerizing. She's got a real fresh face.
I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Like
Grants.
Marilla?
Let me pull that up real quick. It's
It's a tough one.
Just use her character name.
Garance Marimie, maybe.
Sure.
Anyway, I'm certain I have destroyed that. Our French speakers in the audience, please.
She's Justine in the movie. God, she's adorable.
She's Justine, and she is absolutely adorable. And she comes in with such an innocence about her, and that just snowballs into utter chaos by the end of the film. I absolutely adore this film. It is gross. It is, like I said, butt puckering, shocking at times, hard to watch, and kind of sad there for a while. It brought all the emotions in this guy were brought to the surface as I'm watching this movie. So, Nate, I thought you mentioned that you had seen this in the theater.
No, I didn't get to see this one in theaters. This was one of the first movies I saw when I bought my house. So I saw this back in 2017. Can't remember if I rented it or if it was just available on Netflix at that point. But it was one of those, like, because of the hype that was going around with it and how I was like, oh, this is a disturbing movie. And obviously because of French horror and, the extreme films they make, it was like, well, obviously this is going to be right up my alley. And I remember liking it, being intrigued by it. But it was one of those like, I saw it. I don't need to see it again.
Okay.
The director, Julia Dacaruna. God.
Sure. Close enough.
Sure. Why not? That is the American pronunciation from an idiot. She also made Titan that I think came out last year that got a lot of rave reviews.
Yeah.
And I hated Titan.
Did you? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that one.
I have an issue where if the main character is a dirtbag, I have no reason to root for them whatsoever. And the main character in that, I don't. They're trying to give them a redeeming characteristics. I'm like, no, they're just a straight up dirtbag. Don't care.
So no redemption arc, just a dirtbag, huh? That's
there is, but I don't care kind of thing. Yeah. Like me personally, I know some people were really affected by it and found it to be a very touching story, and me, I was annoyed by the end of it. So
very much so. I think there's a post about it in the group. So if you guys go search Titan,
yeah, you can probably go search.
I think Nate ranted pretty good about that one.
Yeah, I did not like that one. Well, also my problem was I had watched Saint Maud right before that, and Saint Maud is a masterpiece. So,
that's a great film. Yeah,
watching that and then following up with Titan because
that's a real diversive film. A lot of people don't like that one, but I thought Saint Maud was great.
Yeah.
So Charlie, I'm real nervous to ask you because you didn't like my last artsy fartsy movie.
Yeah, but this was about cannibals. The last one wasn't. The last one was about vampires.
So I'm positive this is a first time watch for you.
Yeah, it was.
Let me know a little bit. Give me some.
Well, let's see. Well, first for our normal listeners that are used to a certain way the show goes, there is no trailer. Because as we've said, this movie is French.
It's in French.
And honestly, the trailer has no dialogue. So it really was no point in that. So I was like, well, that's about on par for a Pete pick. So we should be fine here. I went into this movie totally blind. I didn't even look it up on IMDb. Nothing. I kind of had a gist from what you and Nate had said when we were talking about it off air. To the fact that where Jackie's like, well, what's going on? I said, I don't know. And she'd ask me another question, and I went, I don't know. And I think she asked one more time, and I just looked at her. She's like, you don't know. I got it. Okay. So I went in as blind as possible and as open-minded as possible in this. So, we have some time to fill, so I don't want to like get everything out now.
Okay.
So I think what I want to do is I do want to say it's a beautifully shot film. The cinematography, the lighting, even though one of my irks in this movie is some of the lighting choices, was I loved how well this was shot. The mood it set.
And the same thing could be said about Titan. Like, it's a beautifully shot film.
Okay.
Like, if there's one thing that this director that she nails is scenery.
She's got a great eye for it.
She really does. I think my issue is I think sometimes she doesn't know when to use it, or she uses it and then does nothing with it later. And that's one of my issues with this director. I know this is her first film, correct? From what I was reading. This was before
debut.
Titan. So I will not fault anyone because this is a first time venture. Basically, it's an independent movie. This is exactly the type of movie I would expect to watch at a festival, at a film festival. I mean,
like this was meant for that film festival run.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's definitely a type of movie to be like, this is what else you can do with the horror genre.
You guys keep saying that word, and
it's a broad scope.
I don't think you understand what that word means. This is not a horror movie.
Okay.
And I can say that with some emphasis behind it because even the director goes, yeah, this isn't a horror movie.
Okay.
That was not her intent. The closest she ever got to that being part of the genre was she goes, it touches a bit on body horror.
Yes.
And I'm like, kind of. Not what
really.
I can. Yeah, see?
I mean, there's some things that are horrific in this.
Not really.
I mean,
there's nothing horrific in this movie. Like,
if you're going to eat raw chicken breast straight from the fridge, it's pretty gross. Pretty horrific.
Didn't even bother me.
It bothered me because, I have a chicken story where I accidentally left chicken breast in the fridge for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, that was actually just a few days ago.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the hell the smell was, and it turns out the Presnate is just not cleaned out the fridge at all. And when I grabbed the package, I went, "Oh, how long has that been in there? It's squishy."
Yeah, don't read the date. So this movie did not. As much as I went into this thing going with no expectations, I still, I guess, kind of had an expectation when you say cannibal, when you say a French film, because High Tension's French too, right, Nate? That was, so I kind of had that like, okay, the French can do horror. They can do some pretty graphic stuff. And they have a lot less rules than we do, so it's like,
French are known for their horror. Like, it's what they do well, and baguettes.
So, I went in higher expectation of when you say cannibal and stuff like this. And I ended up at the end of this movie going, I just watched a teenage drama with some blood in it. And I can find things I like about this movie. This is no spoil. You can hear it in my voice. Charlie did not enjoy this movie. I have things to discuss about it. So this isn't just Charlie zoned out. Like, I actually, same as I did with Thirst, and I know I told you guys, I watched the movie.
I was gonna say, this is the part where he tells us he actually watched the movie.
I watched the movie, and I really tried to understand the movie. I don't know how hard we want to go in at this fast. So, because I have quite a few things to go over.
Well, the movie is about a coming of age story of a girl finding her own, Yeah. She has a very sheltered life with her parents. That's very evident.
Now that's in your face evident. Yeah.
The movie starts out with everyone's favorite childhood game of jump in the front of traffic. We all played that as kids.
Yes.
Classic game.
It's totally fun. We called it deer in the headlight here in Virginia.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then you jump out of the way. Then like when the guy wrecks into a telephone pole or a tree, then you scurry off and
No, you walk over and open the door and you go ha ha and then run.
That's true.
That's how we play the game. I know it's different in different regions. So this was the French version of deer in the headlight, I guess.
But for this girl, it's her going off to college.
Her first time living alone.
Yeah.
Dealing with some horrific hazing. Her first week.
I tell you right now, if you wake me up in the middle of the night to haze me, I'm throwing hands.
100%.
Yeah.
100% I am throwing hands. You're not throwing my mattress out the window.
Mm-mm. Yeah. That's some bullshit. Pete, you actually went to college. Is that what they do?
No. Hazing can be so much fun and so very dangerous. Don't haze kids.
There are different levels of hazing. Let's put it that way. So there are.
And this is way over the top.
Yeah, this was college. We didn't do hazing.
This is like Animal House level hazing. Like, no. You should not do it this way. It's especially in 2016. I can't believe no one was getting hurt during all that. I mean, as they were forcing food down them and drinks and
they instantly just start a rave, and all I was thinking was like, your loud music, you're jumping, you're just bright lights. Leave me alone. I want to be left alone.
The students are running this college,
so
there's no authority here.
I think I mentioned chaos to Jackie directly, and I've counted like maybe 3 teachers this entire movie. I know there's one she has direct contact with, and then I'm guessing there was one in the horse anesthetizing scene, and then I think there might have been one more because I was just like, man, these kids have run amok. But this is great. I like where you're going, Nate, because this was one of my issues that I think one of the reasons I don't connect with this movie whatsoever is I have no knowledge of anything that they're doing right there. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to parties. I didn't live that type of lifestyle as a teenager. So I don't connect to any level of that whatsoever.
Well, I think the whole part of it was to show, like, this is how chaotic it's going to be now that you're on your own.
At a veterinarian school, guys.
Vet schools party hard, apparently.
They're the hardiest partiers I have ever seen on
French
film.
vet schools are not to be messed around with.
Joke.
That was the first thing I was
Ohio State University thinks they know how to party. They don't know anything when it comes to the vet schools of France.
I was so just like I understand why it's kind of set in that setting that they're at a veterinarian school, but then I'm also like, why are we at a veterinarian school, and why is it like this?
Her mom is a world-renowned vet.
Yes.
Her sister's going to the same school. She's a couple years older than her. So, like, all this makes sense for our main lead, right?
Yeah, I think they kind of hit you over the head with it eventually. You know, it's a very overbearing mom, very controlling. The older sister has basically gone apeshit wild at this college. She's like
gone feral.
Well, she's like 1 or 2 years older than
I think she's a senior because she's involved with all the hazing.
I think you're right. I think she would. They called themselves the elders.
Right.
Yeah, there's no teachers anywhere. So she has been there longer, and the sister is brand new, fresh meat, the whole thing. You know, so I have no connection to any of that. That's not the director's fault, and that's not the movie's fault. That was a thing that I just couldn't grasp a hold of during this movie. Was I don't know dorm life. I had an apartment at 18. It's
So at Ohio State, the place is so damn big that you get your hazing in your little cliques. Like when I was in the band, we had our little party after we made the band, and there were initiations as we would go through the year, and it wasn't anything bad.
Like people don't pee in the trombone.
No. I did see someone pour beer down a trombone and then drink it once, but he chose to do that himself.
Oh, that's his trombone. He can do whatever he wants with his own trombone.
He hazed himself. And that might have been
no, don't make me please stop. Oh, God, this beer. Why?
My only thought was like, this is a really small, prestigious school.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
that's the
definitely like a
only
private
way
vet
that
school.
these seniors can get away with this is because there's only so many of anybody, and they might all be living in the same building for all I know. It wasn't very
that's true,
clear.
too.
I
Yeah.
figured this is all coming from very prestigious money.
Very prestigious money, so they can get away with anything because they're all rich.
Yes.
And then it's very, very small, so it stays in Vegas, if you know what I mean.
I got you.
Yeah,
No, you're
no,
right.
It
definitely.
stays there because at the very beginning of the movie, when the sisters first hook up, when they first connect, not hook up is not the right word. When they
Whoa.
when they run
They
into
do
each
have
other,
a bite off, but
no,
that's
no.
like a totally different thing.
Right, they do have a bite off. That's later, but they go back. One of the walls of one of the hallways has past freshman classes that come through, and each one of them is covered in blood. So this has happened for a lot of years because their parents were in one of those pictures. So that's
a tradition,
right?
Yeah.
So it's been going on for no less than 20 years. This kind of hazing, and that's just bonkers. That in 20 years of this kind of intense hazing, that
it's probably
no
that's
one's
like part of
died.
their reputation. Blah.
Nice.
Try again.
It's part of what that school is known for.
Oh, like their reputation.
That's the word I was
There
looking
you go.
for earlier, Charlie. Thank you. Word
You're
of the
welcome.
day calendar.
Word of
Oh,
the
That-
day.
was wonderful.
I never went to a vet school, but I have walked around a vet before.
Oh yeah.
And this movie has, a horse being like a real horse
Yeah, that was a
having
real horse.
worked onto it. I have a terrifying horse story
Oh,
that
of course. Nate
dude,
has
I
horse
was-
stories.
being walked around a vet that I won't say where, but
walked around a
as-
vet. What do you mean?
I was being shown like some certain places within the vet that I'd have to walk around. And
Oh, this is
there
for like a job
was-
or something?
yep, there was a door that was
Oh.
open and there was a horse on its back with its
No.
entire like intestines out. And if I close my eyes, I could still see every little detail
Oh,
because
God.
that door was not supposed to be open, and it has haunted me. It has haunted me for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
funny because the way they did this movie, the horse is getting anesthetized, so it's just being put to sleep.
yeah, that's
not
it.
not night sleep.
No,
but it's
but
being
Nate
put
goes
under.
to, oh my god, horse intestines. I know what those look like. I shouldn't know what that looks like.
Well,
Mhm.
the very next scene is where they're all lined up outside with their white coats and blood dumps from the roof on their heads. And my wife goes, "Did they kill that horse to do that?" And I went, "I don't think so.
I don't think so. That was a lot of blood, and horses
That was
are
a-
big creatures. I don't think there was. I don't think there's that much blood in a horse.
I think it was a course on how to put it to sleep.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
French
for a
are
surgeon.
crazy, but they're not that
How-
crazy.
Hey,
How to put it to sleep without injuring it, for sure.
yeah.
Yes,
so this
definitely.
was
this
was
is something that routine that you will be doing
Mhm,
here at the
mhm.
school.
that's kind of what I took it as. So that's what I was telling her at that point. And then I was like, this really sucks. They make them walk around all day in that crap.
Yeah,
all
Oh my
after
God.
getting no sleep because you got forced to go to a rave.
Yeah. No, it's
They-
uncomfortable. So
Yes.
they have
One
done
was
really
uncomfortable.
they've done really well at setting this goal the director has of this movie is going to be uncomfortable, kind of no matter which way you come from at it. There's always these things. There's quite a few things I'm uncomfortable with in this movie, and none of it was the gore.
No, all of it is the coming to age.
Yes. So
The awkwardness of being on your own for the first time.
Of being young and
so
on your own for the first time. Yeah.
I was
And
trying
figuring shit out.
I was trying to come up with a good way to explain this, and I think Pete said the correct word. And as much as we're going to giggle as I say this word again, so there's nudity in this movie, and they don't really shy away from it. Normally, when we watch these type of movies, it's like, oh, boobies. The difference is this nudity in here is not titillating at all. It is not what we
Use that word
gr-
again.
exactly, but it's not what we grew up with, like on Skinamax and
Right.
No, this is just common. Like, yeah, we're people. We get naked. Like,
And my problem was, as a 43-year-old dude watching what's essentially 18 and 19-year-olds, and my daughter is 13, I went, I don't like this.
Understood.
I don't. I also did not. I don't. I hate the way she would put the camera in certain areas of the girls and leave it there for a while. I just, it just made me so if there's anything in this movie that made me uncomfortable, it was that.
And I think that's just like different in cultures,
I
because like
you're,
with the
you're
French,
probably
it's
right.
like it's one of
yes.
those, like, I remember Dad saying when he was overseas, like, nudies in commercials overseas, like, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
And then like the way we as an American culture, we have to hide everything. We make it this big deal, or like drinking, we make it this big deal. You got to be turned 21. We're overseas,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
not.
oh, no, that's just a thing you do.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like that at
so
all.
it's just a totally different,
but it
cultural
was the, again, one other thing I could not connect with this movie was this was a female coming to age storyline in this movie.
So it's another thing that you couldn't relate to. Was that where you're going?
Basically, that's what it's. I have no. I have
girl. Right.
Well, there's nothing I connect to in this movie. I'm not French. I'm not a vet. I'm not a girl. I'm not a cannibal. Really? I didn't go to college. Not cannibal, carnivore. That's
you have a rabbit.
Yeah, I've had rabbit,
and so does she. So
all right,
there's
but
a connection that Charlie's a cannibal.
She ate more vegetables in one scene of this movie than I eat in a year. So that negated that little connection we had there. Although I have put a hamburger in my pocket for later. I've
put tortilla shells in my pocket for later.
Who hasn't?
I've never put a hamburger.
You've never put a hamburger in your pocket for later?
I don't think I've put in a hamburger, but definitely tortilla shells, candies, and not beer.
She dug down to get the juiciest one too. That's really been marinating for a while.
Oh yeah,
and
but then I'm also thinking like,
that's
a cafeteria hamburger. Like cafeteria hamburgers suck.
No. That's the best flavor. That's the best flavor, boys.
The soy burgers.
Oh, you don't even know what you're missing there. You don't even know.
Oh no. It was all about the chicken sandwiches. You see, the spicy chicken sandwich is what I miss the most about school.
I did. Those chicken sandwiches were good. Yeah, totally. You're going to have to understand something about Charlie when it comes to these movies. Like the meat things in this movie did not bother me. The butchering of the cows and stuff like that didn't bother Charlie at all.
Oh, I have a cow story too, actually.
He has a story for all of the animals.
Yeah, so there was this one time there was a dead cow and it was hung up right next to me, and then it got poked and all of its dead cow juices started to go down. And that smell still haunts me to this day. And I can still, if I close my eyes, I can see that cow.
Nate, you've had some terrible jobs, dude.
I'm so
sorry. Oh my God, you poor man.
Yeah, dead cow juice. I don't recommend being around it. Now, I didn't grow up on a farm. I know some people, they're like, oh yeah, I killed the sheep right before I had to go to school in grade 6. No, like I don't. I'm
farm
like meat,
adjacent, but
I don't want to know how stuff dies. By all means, I should be a vegetarian with how much,
with how much animal death you've seen in your life.
I can't even hunt. I don't want to shoot at a rabbit. I think rabbits are cute, but I'll eat a rabbit. But I don't want to know that the rabbit was killed.
Work. So I had I have a story. It's not a cow story. But it was a buddy of mine in Ohio. I was staying with him, and they were fostering a kid for a little while, and we had come home for lunch, grabbed McDonald's as we always do, and I had sitting there eating chicken nuggets, and she comes downstairs, the foster kid, sees what we're eating. She's that young and teenager-ish, like you shouldn't eat animals. They're just, and she pulls her phone out and plays a YouTube video of how they make chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it's gross.
I watched that entire thing while I ate a 20-piece going, this is fantastic and fascinating at the same time, while dipping my chicken nuggets in honey mustard and enjoying every
Well, you were
bite.
just appreciating the science behind a chicken nugget.
I was like, I know a lot more now. Thank you. And she just couldn't believe that I could watch that and eat the food that it was.
This was years ago. Now McDonald's is like, no, we use some real chicken now.
Some.
Right.
It's fine.
It's mostly soy and flavor packets.
Eyeballs are chicken. So
sure.
That's totally fine. All right, back to the movie, boys.
I've never had eyeball nuggets, sir.
Once in a while, they'll look back at you. It's totally fine. But so there was just so many things about this that I did not connect with this movie to. And it's Then it does try to get artsy. You are not wrong that this is an artsy fartsy freaking film.
See, I don't think it's that artsy. Like when even
you can tell they're trying.
I feel like it's just a coming of age story. Like even like after she eats the meat and has the breakout, like with the rash, it's like like it's that shitty awkward thing that no one wants to go through when you're new somewhere, and then you get this like. Vanity is all we have when we're young. So like her being new to this school and then instantly like she is covered head to toe in this disgusting rash and just like she won't stop scratching it. Oh my God, I've never had a rash before, but like, just stop scratching it.
When the nurse is pulling skin off of her,
Jackie kept yelling, ew.
Exactly. Like
real
to me, that's the gross stuff in this movie. Like she has a nervous tick in the movie where she chews on her hair, which I know that's a thing. I don't know what it's called. But like the scene where she's puking up her hair, that grossed me out the most in the movie.
That grossed Jackie out, and I looked at her and go, "You put that shit on the bathroom wall. Why are you grossed out by this?"
Excuse me?
Girls will wash their hair.
And then
we're asking the bald guy. You're
sewer,
married. Hold on, wait a minute.
The sewer monster that lives in the sink. He goes, I have a home here.
My wife has one of those things you put in the drain so it catches the most of it. But there'll be times she'll wash her hair, and if anything's stuck to her hand, instead of letting it go down the drain, she sticks it to the shower wall.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's a girl thing. Yeah, it is.
Not a thing.
And then, you got to get all this hair, and then you got the little creepy furball monster at the bottom of the drain.
Go
upstairs and ask Jody right now.
Nope. I take a shower in the same shower she does, and she
ask her
hair
ask
to
her.
the wall.
She's hiding that hair somewhere. Yeah. It's behind the drywall.
Is there like a pocket somewhere? Is there a niche? Is there something?
I had to take pliers and pull the monster out. He's like, and I hate it. It's terrifying.
It's totally a thing.
It goes dead horse, dead cow, creepy hair monster thing from the sewer. In my fear.
Well, that scene in Sorority Boys. What is this? A Wookiee?
Yeah.
So
Pete's got hair all over the place. He doesn't even know it yet, and he's gonna find it one day.
What I say about this movie being artsy fartsy is not the rash. I don't know why you went to the rash when I said artsy fartsy. It was the lingering shots, the tramming out the camera.
I just have an appreciation for cinema with stuff like that. I don't know what anyone else is talking about.
The lighting they use, and that was one. So one of my other complaints, and I love the lighting effect they do when she goes through some. According to what I read, when she's under the sheets, and it sounds like they're hitting her with nickels.
Yeah, with nickels, or
actually her going through withdrawals.
Yes.
And she gets up and she goes down the hallway, and it's dark, and then all of a sudden, like the pinkish lights come on, and it kind of follows down, showing where she's going to end up. I like that. What I didn't like was there's a scene where they're in the emergency room, and the old man's mucking around with his dentures at her, and then they decide to play with the lights at that moment. And I'm like, is it a red alert? Why is the lights changing now?
Because like that old dude was creepy.
But it made no sense. And then all of a sudden the lights are normal when the camera cuts back over to the doctor coming through the door. And I'm like, you just did that to do that. There was no purpose. There's just no art to it. That was just like literally felt like someone accidentally flipped the wrong switch. We'll just leave it for a little while and turn it back off.
Or maybe that was a weird thing that happened to the director at one time in her life, and she's like, I'm going to put this in a movie.
It very well could be.
Fine.
Like I do wish I could have watched some sort of making of before.
Yeah, even the DVD I have doesn't have. It's a bare bones DVD.
Here's a movie. There's scene selections.
I'm sure there wasn't a lot of thought when they were like when a lot of new directors and movie makers are doing this. You're focused on making that movie. You're not worried about like, oh, we should document what's going on.
Oh, I'd be documenting everything. Mm-hmm. Like this is the only time I might get to make a movie. I'm putting myself in it too. Screw it. This might be the only chance.
The credits are going to be written by Nate, directed by Nate, acted by Nate,
Yeah,
produced
right.
by Nate, edited by
Executive
Nate.
produced by Nate,
Yeah,
makeup by
exactly.
Nate, hair by Nate.
If I'm
Oh, yeah.
lucky,
Charlie and Pete were there.
Arrow will put. If I'm lucky, Arrow will put out a Blu-ray one of these days of this movie.
Oh, I can
if
see
I'm
so.
lucky, not if you guys are lucky, because
No.
I know already. This is not for you,
No.
and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. This is my month.
no,
this is
like-
my movie. I picked this one.
I'm
I think
I'm
it needs
staying
more
vague
attention.
on my
I know
thoughts.
you.
I'm staying
I know you
vague
are.
right
I know
now.
you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Well,
because I want the mystery of it all to elude. But I do got to ask you guys, we are all
Yeah.
gentlemen here.
Yeah, I guess.
We have all peed outside once or twice,
Oh, my
I
God.
just
dozens of
did.
times. You don't pee outside when it's raining and windy. Like, we all know this.
No.
This is all
No,
common
no.
fact.
We know that.
We
Yes.
know this. I just feel like it's standard common practice, whether you got, something or not. Why they're on the rooftop peeing when it's all windy? I'm like, of course you're going to get it all over the place.
Oh man,
I don't understand why that was in the movie.
that was in the movie because they're sisters being silly with each other.
Yeah.
That's all that was. It was a these are sisters, they're connecting, they're being silly. You know what? I've never asked my sister if she's actually never showed me. I don't know. If she can pee in a direction, which is fascinating because that gal could.
Yeah. I mean,
She
great,
directed her urine
bar
stream
trick.
in that. Oh my God, it was great.
She had some
She
arch
could
to
win.
it.
She could totally win some money at a bar if you're like, put that $100 bill right over here, and I'll pee on it. It's like,
No,
you'll
she
never hit it.
the shot glass from the opening
Right.
story of
That's it.
Desperado.
That's
I want
it.
to piss
That's
on
it.
that shot glass, and then she's pissing all over the bartender, pissing all over the walls, pissing all over the bar patrons. Got piss everywhere except that damn shot glass.
And then gets asked why is she happy about it. And it's because, well, I bet that guy $500 you'd let me piss all over the bar and
Yep.
be happy about
Yep.
it.
But
I had to
you know
finish
what?
that joke. You can't leave
Thank
people
you.
hanging
Thank
there.
you.
I
You
like
had
to
to
leave
finish
people
that
hanging in
joke.
suspense. I'm being vague tonight. Also, the bartender never gets it. He always comes out alive.
That's what I thought. That whole peeing scene, I thought it was fun. It was something I would imagine. I don't know. Maybe girls don't ever do this, but tell me that wasn't something that somebody has tried before. One
Oh
way,
yeah, I like
shape,
it.
or
Just
form.
it felt like a
And then when
bonding moment.
and then when Justine failed, she just pissed all over her pants. It was hilarious.
All right, man. I'm kind of tired of talking about pee, and now all of a sudden I need to take a quick break. I think it's time for a commercial.
Pete needs, a beer. That way, then he can fall down on his ass while peeing.
Yeah.
Who hasn't fallen down on their ass while peeing?
I don't think I ever have.
I don't think not while peeing. No, I
Not
don't
while
think I ever
peeing.
have.
I don't think
Nate,
I.
you gotta go out and party with me, dude.
Yeah. See, apparently
I have
Nate,
done a lot of stumbling, falling, but like not while actively. When I'm in my most peaceful
Intimate.
state. Yes.
Most
No.
peaceful state.
I peed myself. I mean,
Well,
but I didn't fall down.
Oh,
I
know.
pooed them, but I don't know if I've peed them.
We're going to end right there. All right.
maybe we
We'll
should
be right
move
back.
on.
We'll be back following these messages.
Do you like horror movies?
Do you like hanging out with your buddy?
Do you like cracking jokes and having a good time?
Do you just like fun?
Well, consider checking out Spoils of Horror. We are an hour-long podcast that comes out every single week.
We're not doing reviews. We're just going to hang out, talk about the movies we love with each other, and hopefully the ones you love too.
Covering everything from the popular, the lost, the forgotten, and the bizarre.
If you're looking for a good podcast and a good time, you're going to want to check us out.
We're on all major podcasting platforms, and you can find us on Instagram and Twitter.
Check it out. We'll see you there.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big, fluffy bun.
It's a very big fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Hello! Welcome to 100 Horrors, a comedy podcast that seeks to rank the best 100 horror films of all time, as dictated to us by a poster that one of us owns.
Every week, we bicker over another film in an attempt to give it an overall scare factor and secure its place in the 100 Horrors list.
With features such as... But at least I won't die like that. And...
What would you say to them at the funeral?
We take a light-hearted approach to horror cinema so that it can be enjoyed by even the most squeamish of listeners.
So whether you're the person who's never seen a horror film in their life, or the person who has a tattoo of Leatherface on the right arse cheek, there's something to be enjoyed in every episode of 100 Horrors.
Welcome back.
I would like to clarify that I like to make jokes and that I totally have not pooed them, and that when you're making a podcast that you talk about things in a light manner for fun and giggles. So
and it's also out there forever too. So
yeah, and that's why it was a really good joke.
I just wanted to feel included.
I just really wanted to add to stories on the show.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So now that Nate's got that out, let's continue our path of
that out.
Yeah,
why a 43-year-old guy watching this movie did not find enjoyment of two girls trying to give one of them a Brazilian.
That's the horror of this movie.
That is. It really
is. Women do that to themselves because that's messed up.
That's horror.
Yeah, they pay to do that to themselves.
That was the body horror that they were talking about.
Yeah, that was. Now,
you
I do have a waxing story as well.
This is such a wonderful. Okay, folks, take note when you ask questions at the end of the year.
Charlie did not relate to Raw and the journeys of an 18-year-old girl. I did. I don't know why. I just started to see a lot of parallels.
Do tell, Nate.
I have not had a Brazilian, no, but I have had my entire stomach to my chest completely waxed. It was for my buddy's wedding that was happening in Vegas, and for some reason, it was decided that we should get waxed before Vegas. And I don't know why. I feel like I got tricked, honestly. Like it was like good
because you were the only one that did it, right?
No, he did it too.
Oh, okay.
So like his
were you
mom
wearing
paid
the
for
jackets
it because it was
only?
Like, nope. I think the whole thing was you'll be in Vegas. So like, what if at one point you lose your shirt, but now you're gonna look really great, right? And
proceed.
I am about as hairy as Steve Carell from the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
No.
There is a lot of chest and stomach hair here. So
a lot of hamburger there, huh?
A lot of blood.
Oh no.
It hurt. It was bad. Oh, do not recommend. So I can only imagine getting a little bit lower below the belt would not be a good time. And I too would probably kick someone with scissors in their hand.
Well, you didn't get waxed all at once. It was like in spots, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah. They do like a little bit of spot, here.
Oh my
but,
God.
like a 45-minute session of just like pure agony. And the only thing I got out of it was like a shot of Jameson.
Oh, well, Jameson's good. But I would have paid money for an entire sheet of wax that they hook up to like this little machine that once it's set up, it just ring and it's done. I would have paid money to see Nate get waxed like that. That would have been hilarious.
Oh, it makes you want to throw hands. I mean, there's a lot that makes you want to throw hands.
I have our first Patreon level. Help fund Nate's new wax job.
Nate's next wax.
Help me get my back hair that I can't get.
Okay. So I'll set up the Patreon. Okay. Nate's wax-a-thon. And we'll do it live. We'll live stream it.
That will be the next live stream. Is
Nate's next waxing.
Nate's wax-a-thong. I'm down.
Wax-a-thong?
Like thong.
We're gonna
Oh, we're gonna like shape the hair.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Now,
We're going to
there
give
was
you the
one
He-Man. So it's just
Yeah. I did. There was one time I went to a party. It was my buddy Josh's birthday.
Mhm.
And my girlfriend at the time had agreed to pick me up. And when she did, I was not wearing a shirt. And I had a big capital J shaved into my chest because it was for Josh for his birthday, where I got shaved in the middle of the party.
That tracks. Did her name start with a J?
No.
Oh,
This was all for Josh.
all for Josh. Been more funny if her name had started with a J. She's like, I think you're taking things a little too fast.
No, she's probably like, so you're more committed to Josh, huh?
You're right.
What?
Well,
What's
yes.
the old say? What's
Yes,
the old
I am.
saying? Bros before hoes, man. Come on.
Mhm.
That's how that rolls.
God.
All right. So we are at what is supposed to be this whole episode is now uncomfortable.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
This
My-
is
my butt
Pete's
is
month,
puckering.
which was supposed to be the month of uncomfortable.
Well, right. It's going to get better though. So we're at the Brazilian waxing scene, and probably the first time I saw this, the most shocking part of the movie was like Justine did not want the other side done, and her sister insisted on it, and it just wasn't working. Justine kicks her sister and chops off her finger with a scissors, which is horrible and shocking. Like, whoa!
It's super fast. It happens
It's super
in the blink
fast,
of
and
an
you're
eye.
like, what just happened? And she raises her hand, and her middle finger is gone, and she passes out like any normal human being would.
It's fair.
Yeah, that's totally fair. But
And
here,
I just want to say I wanted to give them props that you don't realize what happened because she turns and she slowly raises up as the camera gets closer to her. For a split second, I'm like, the scissors are in her eyeball. You know, that in my mind, as the way we watch a lot of horror movies. I expected a scissors in the face or something,
I was definitely expecting she just killed her sister, especially
something
the first time I had saw it. So I get that mindset completely.
So when she raises her hand up and the finger's gone, you're kind of still taking it in, and then she's like, boom, lights out. She is passed out. So
right.
I wanted to really paint a picture there because there are some well done things in this movie, and that is one of
it
them.
was very real. I mean, that's a real human reaction. It's not and then running around the room, blood squirting everywhere. That is not what would happen.
Interactions are very real between going from the rooftop to I'm gonna give you a wax, like you've never shaved, yes, let's do this, to that. But then it goes into a little bit step further of now she has found the finger, and because she has been craving meat for being a vegetarian and it's been agonizing her, she starts to eat her sister's finger.
Just she licks it. And then she nibbles on it, and you're screaming at the screen. I don't know if you were, Charlie, but I'm screaming stop!
No,
don't
Jackie
do that.
was so.
Good.
There was a.
That's the reaction the director.
This is where I believe probably what happened during the festivals, because Jackie's over there going, and while I'm making that sound and it sounds fake, it was not fake from Jackie. She literally was gagging. Although I did look at her and go, you watch murder porn and surgeries on people on television that are real, yet a fake finger someone's eating is making you react. And she's just like, to me, I don't know. Yeah, if you have that weird thing where someone does that, you have to. I'm sorry, but that's. But I am sitting there, stone face, going, "What's wrong with you? It's a fake finger." So I had no visceral reaction to it at all.
It's more than that. It was like you're a vet school, like you use your hands, and now like you just lost a finger, like. You can't be in vet school was like my immediate thought. And I was like, there's no way you can get that finger back. How do you explain this? Like,
And there's another thing I'm pissed off about this movie because of that is how they explain where the finger went.
The dog ate it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they had to do?
They said they put the dog down, but the dog was around in the house at the very end.
I thought they had 2 dogs. There was a dog in the car.
Well, then,
was
yes.
there?
Sadly, yeah.
So they had to sacrifice the dog to hide the fact that she ate the finger. And I don't know if the director meant this, but the very next scene after the hospital where they talk about that is her dissecting a freaking dog that looked just like their dog.
That was the rough part. Like, I had text Pete, like, I just got to the dog on top.
I did.
Like,
I mean, there's some things I
don't want to see.
Yeah, I did not like that whatsoever in this movie. I was like, that, honestly, that didn't even need to be in there.
Is that your John Wick moment?
I guess that would be my John Wick.
Yeah.
That was that was the effed up moment that when you realize to hide the secret, they sacrificed the dog.
An innocent doggy.
Because
yeah.
An innocent dog.
We learned that the sisters, because she wakes up realizing that her sister is eating her finger.
Oh my God,
and
it was
like,
amazing.
Yeah, she
The look on her
stares
face.
at her.
Yeah.
I was a little taken aback.
That was
with
amazing.
look.
She stares at her and just tears start coming out of her eyes. It was
it's so good.
Oh, it was so heartbreaking.
We talk about the young sister, but the older sister, the actress playing her, phenomenal job.
Both of
I
them
really
are
love
great
how well she
this
did her role.
being sisters.
But that moment that she wakes up and sees her sister eating her finger, there's so many layers to this onion in this scene here, because as the viewer, you're seeing the younger sister finally realizing that it's human flesh that she is craving so much.
Yes.
And then it's the realization that you're nibbling and starting to chew on and finally eat your sister's finger. And then
your own flesh and blood.
I'm throwing hands if you
literally.
eat one of my fingers, guys.
And then, right. And then, like you said, Charlie, I forget, that your sister's probably never going to be able to do surgery in veterinary school again.
Yeah.
Nate.
I immediately went, she can't play video games anymore, which is proven wrong.
Which is wrong.
Yeah.
And then when her sister wakes up, turns and sees Justine eating her finger, and her realization that you are now what I am suffering from. And we are now the same. And that was crushing on so many levels. I mean, that the weight of that, those layers of realization, it just as those 3 minutes of scene.
Her sister
was
threw her into that
incredible.
because the older sister knew, like, hey, we were vegetarians for a reason. Because once we have meat, we're going to constantly crave meat no matter what.
That's a realization that is in there, Pete, but as the first time watching, you don't know that yet. So you don't know that she also, because that's the next shocking part that happens. Now I can look back at it and go, okay, yeah, I get it. Because the other issue I have is the giant reveal or revelation is we had it figured out in no time. Jackie and I did. We were like, oh, they're vegetarians. They're overcompensating. All of a sudden, it's like a bloodline thing, and I knew it. So when they get out of the hospital, we get the next shocker scene where the sister runs out in front of a car, causes an accident. Yeah, again,
deer in a headlight.
Deer in a headlight, and causes an accident. Justine, is that her name? Justine is freaking out.
Yes.
Opens up the door, is panicking. The guy's dying. And the older sister goes and starts eating the dude's brain.
Oh, it's so good.
It's, and a lot of panic, a lot of chaos
how we
is
can,
happening.
Survive. This is how we can get this. We just make things look like an accident. But even though I feel like the paramedics are going to be like, all right, I get it. He hit the tree, but then there's all these bite marks around his brain. Yeah, and that part doesn't really check out.
So here, I have an idea. I know how, if I had this affliction and that was my idea, I would always have a fanny pack of those wind up dentures that would chomp around.
Oh
and I
yeah,
would
yeah.
always leave
what
them.
the Joker has or the Riddler? Who Joker?
Both,
He's got those.
Joker. But I would always leave them at the crime scene, so they'd be like, "Oh, apparently they hit their head on these comedy novelty teeth that are chomping around."
Oh, what a horrible mistake!
Door-to-door novelty salesperson, right?
It's my cover story. So I already thought that through, guys. It's totally fine.
Oh,
because
good job.
I was thinking the same thing. There are now human bite marks on the victims. And I'm like,
zombies. We have zombies in the neighborhood. We must take care of this.
So I thought that when she got into the car, I heard slurping, not chewing. So maybe she was just
it depends on how you
slurping
chew.
the juices
I guess
out.
Maybe.
But there's also a component of she's been this this cannibal for who knows how many years. And there's a theme in this movie where as the girls go, as Justine for sure, as she realizes what she is and she comes into her own as a person, a cannibal, a woman, whatever you want to call it, she becomes more and more animalistic. And
that's definite.
There's less and less humanity in her as she goes on, as she gets aroused or hungry or
she becomes depraved,
angry. She becomes more and more like an animal, and maybe that's something you can't control after a certain point, unless you are willing to, like the mom, sort of, go into therapy or make sure that you are putting up barriers for yourself so that you can continue to live a normal life.
Outlet to use.
So
and
that's
right.
These girls don't know what the outlet is.
Well, it's kind of what I was picking up on, because where I read that I realized that it was withdrawals she's experiencing. There's the moment where she is basically like transformed. She's wearing the cocktail dress. She's doing that dance. Listen to that. I love the subtitles for the song. Thanks for that.
Stupid song to dance in front of.
Dude, go listen to that group. Those women are angry. Wow.
They were angry in that, man.
Awesome.
I was like, man. But anyway,
that
so
group
when
is amazing.
You see the transformation happening, then it cuts to that other rave scene where it's almost like a totally different woman sitting there. You know, she's like almost goth looking.
Legs are spread.
I was like, that is not ladylike.
She's looking like a predator at that point.
In sight.
She is looking for prey. I don't mean predator,
exactly.
monster. She is an alpha predator at that point, looking for her next meal or whatever you want to call it, whether it's physical or sexual, right?
And what we find out the next day from that night was she was slowly getting more and more feral, for lack of a better term. That her sister was even agging it on with the dead body at the morgue. And she's on the floor like an animal,
reaching for the hand that they're teasing her with.
Yeah.
And I don't think Pete has ever been so drunk that he's broken into a morgue to try to eat a dead body.
No, I have not.
There was that one time.
Proud to say
we'll talk
that.
About that.
Well,
you can't ignore that.
That was
one
on Friday the 13th. There was a loophole,
right?
And
then that video gets shared.
Yeah,
much like
viral with the school, basically.
Much
which is the worst thing to happen.
Well, yeah, much like a sex tape would get shared.
Yes.
Yeah,
as
or
revenge.
Nude or anything
or
like
a
that.
Nude, or something like that. And that was just, to me, that was just horrifying. Like, oh my God, women go through this in college, and it's there's some more of the horror of this movie.
What a lot of it is seeing how they're taking cannibalism is something that we can, understand,
humanize.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're taking the cannibal part and making it the replacement for what women experience, the first sexual encounters, because she's a virgin when she goes there, all these other things, all the emotions they're going through. And okay, fine. I appreciate that. Being who I am, I don't understand that, but if you're showing me a cannibal thing, but there also lies the rub. Was I loved that visual of her chomping at the body of the dead guy. I love the visual of that. and then there's nothing else from there. You know, being of the type of movies I'm used to watching, especially movies that reminded me a lot of The Descent and a lot of the other, you know, where people just go mad. I'm like, I love that. Where's this going? What does that mean? Can that go further? Do they really lose all inhibition, all control at a certain point? And then I don't get any answers to it. I don't get any
because
kind
of how drunk she was too, and like who knows what drugs were in her system as well. So it's like,
well, I
other
understand
factors
that, but
playing into it.
she had like physically changed in her face, though.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, I was looking
that
at a
actress
transformation.
Did such a good
She nailed
job
it.
of showing that like emotion of just like there is no humanity in those eyes.
It just came to a point where I'm like that, like I could see potential of what I thought I wanted, you know, what I should get from this movie, and then I'm like, I don't get it. Maybe that's the frustration the director's trying to get people to experience in this, which is very possible. And again, I am not the audience for this movie, so you know, I don't look at this in the artsy fartsy light or anything like that.
I'm thoroughly enjoying that you had an emotional reaction. This was not boring to you at all. This movie,
not certain parts,
was engaging, and
there were parts that drug way too long.
It is a slow burn, but
Yeah.
that's an artsy fartsy movie for you.
That's the part.
It's like, okay, get on with this a little bit, but
Yeah.
that's the whole build up. That's the whole,
and it's kind of like to that
paint of the
point,
canvas, right?
Right up to this point is kind of where things just kind of go, because now is the sister fight where they're literally like biting each other, because she confronts her about the video because the sister is the one sharing it out. You know, she's basically the one taking the video. And so we get into this bite fight. Like she takes
Literally,
a chunk out of her face.
Her
Tastes
face.
like shit.
You taste like shit.
Yeah.
What a
And they're-
hardcore line to give someone after you bite them.
Damn.
Them biting each other's arms. And then when other people try to interfere, they go back into pack mode and protect each other and, you know, shield each other. As we go into then where they're nursing the wounds, patching each other up. At the end of the movie, I understood this part, but I didn't understand why they were alluding to her locking her sister into the room. Like, what at that point made me feel like she needed to lock her sister up in her bedroom, because she takes the key, leaves the room, almost puts the key back in and doesn't. Now, at the end of the movie, I understand, but leading up to this, there's nothing telling me that she has, because her sister's in another room. She's always been separated from her, you know, to roam wherever. Why at that moment did they decide that was something they needed to dig into aside from the end?
I still
that
think it was
confusing.
Just the sister wanting revenge for like you ate my finger.
No, she ate her. The girl that ate her finger is trying to lock her in the room. The younger sister took the key to the bedroom.
Yeah.
You're fine. No, that's why it's so confusing, because it's a pretty drawn out scene and she almost locks the door from the other side. It's a double lock. Now we get the payoff from that, which is she had an interlude with the gay character early on in the movie. Her roommate. We didn't need to dig into that. Although I will say, Jackie and I are watching the interlude going, I don't know who to feel sorry for in this act. It's stupid rough. And so, but honestly, if you're going to put a sex scene in there, it was not what's the right word? It was not like, oh, we're just going to show you boobs.
It wasn't gratuitous.
But gratuitous
yeah.
Nate did words.
Yeah, I got that one.
Hey, Nate got a word right.
Yeah, it was sex, but it wasn't necessarily sexy.
Right.
It was like,
but
it was definitely like this person trying to figure out.
She
was more of their animalistic side.
Yeah. She was a virgin, and then you're right. She went primal and scared the hell out of her partner.
Yeah, and you don't
time.
know if she's like biting him at first till you finally see the reveal of her own arm.
She bit her own arm, yeah.
So
she
anyway,
was trying to bite him, and he was like, knock it off.
Yeah.
And finally, she succumbed to just like, well, I need to bite something. So she just digs into her own flesh.
I need release, and that's what did it.
Yeah.
And that was at the release part too. So
that is quite literally, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, that kind of explains the finale part of this as it goes. Is she goes to sleep, she wakes up, and she is next to, I think his name's Adrian or something like that.
Yeah,
or,
that's
you know,
right.
one
Yeah.
of those.
Mm-hmm.
And she like caresses him and reaches down, and believe me, being the first time watching this movie, I went, "Oh no, she bit his dick off," because she reaches under the.
Oh, whoopsie!
No teeth.
She liked the sausage, but that's what I thought. I'm sorry. I think
no,
she
that's
meant
totally
that.
fair. Like,
Totally
crap.
Because she pulls her hand back up and there's blood, and she rips
yeah.
the blanket back, and his thigh is missing.
Gone.
It's such a good effect.
Oh, the effect is amazing.
Oh, like it's shocking with the reveal because it's like it's heartbreaking. Like, holy shit! Like, I can't imagine waking up next to a dead body like that.
And she thinks
terrifying.
she did it.
Yeah.
She goes into shutdown.
Why did
mode.
you fight
Like,
back?
Oh my god! Why didn't you fight back?
Stop me!
Just
Why?
hit me!
Why?
I mean, she's yelling at this dead body, saying, "Just hit me!" I'm like,
and as us as
my
viewers, we're not. While she has the blood on her hand, we're not processing. There's no blood on her mouth.
She's
at this
not. Yeah.
moment.
Mhm.
She's not covered in blood except for what she just did. So when the camera pans around and you see the hole in his back from she finds the ski pole,
Mhm.
and you're like, whoa, okay, did she stab him? That's why he didn't fight back. And then it pans slowly to the sister, almost in a catatonic state.
I was gonna say, yeah, she is just completely glazed over.
I thought she was dead.
She got her
right.
her
She
her
looked
meal.
dead.
I thought she was dead, and like the younger sister killed her in like a fit of rage or something, and then she passed out from it. But when she's like starts blinking, if there's a shocking part of this movie, it was that part for me. Because I thought she was dead.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, she's alive. She did it. Holy shit.
Because she's covered in blood. I mean, just
from her mouth down.
The PlayStation controller in her hand, and she's just in a daze. And it's like she ate herself silly.
Yeah.
Into a food coma.
Yeah.
Into a food coma. And now we get into, again, I think mostly just for art purposes, we get the shower scene where the sister's like cleaning the blood off of her.
If I may, I think.
No, sure, go ahead.
Well, one of the things I think, and this is just a fan theory, this may have been the first person she killed with her own two hands.
The sister, the older sister?
The older sister, Alexia, I think.
Alexia.
Yeah, okay.
She killed two people in a car.
But
with
she
her
did not.
own two hands.
Yeah.
There's
I don't know.
There's a big difference
is?
from there's a big difference from shooting somebody at 1,000 yards and stabbing somebody in the heart. It's a big difference.
I would say that if the person wasn't a cannibal eating the body afterwards.
But part of me, this is just a fan theory. She may no less than 2 times has she caused an accident on that road or possibly other roads. And she has been feeding herself through that. Maybe. I think maybe
that
this
feels
might have
personal to me.
Been the first time that, and maybe he rejected her while she was trying. I don't know. Maybe he rejected her while she was trying to get on him, and then she kills him, eats him, and that was the first time she had actually murdered somebody with her own 2 hands in a very personal way. That's why she was catatonic, because her brain was trying to process.
There's no coming back.
Right. Her brain was trying to process. Not only did she murder somebody, but she murdered them with her own hands, and she ate them. So it was another layer to that onion that weighs on your chest of morality and humanity. And that just shut her brain down, which is why she's just sitting there with a blank stare playing whatever Call of Duty she was. And that's when Justine came up and almost killed her sister, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She had it.
She thought about it.
I was expecting that.
She became the stronger person, and she matured at that point. Cleaned her off and turned her into the police, I guess.
But that's the thing too.
Go
for it, Charlie.
I was going to say, I just want to counter I have a hard time because I've watched her kill possibly multiple times, and she eats the person. So the cannibalism adds a different fact that from someone like a sniper shooting someone in war to someone putting a knife into their back or slitting their throat would be two different types of personalized killing. Now, a sniper shooting someone, walking over there and eating the body, it is now just as personal as taking a knife to someone.
That's fair.
Now, what if I want to give it more personable reasoning is this was someone she knew personally. She also knew that this took her sister's virginity and she had a thing for him because sisters would have talked. She would have said, "Guess what I did last night?"
We did it.
Because she even tells her sister early on in the movie, "Back off," and the sister looks at her and goes, "I thought he was gay." Like she was gaming with the dude with no sexual desire to this guy because she's just, and the other girl is being primal, being very feral about it. Like I've marked it. That is mine. Don't touch.
She peed on
So
it.
I think it's this, like I killed someone. I know that is my sister cares for.
Okay,
Yes, maybe it was more personable, but because they ate them is what I can't get over, being that this was more hard for her than eating a car accident person that she caused the accident. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, but I think you added a layer to my argument where not only did she kill, this is maybe the first person that she killed and she ate, and it was her girlfriend or her sister's boyfriend,
whatever.
buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Situationship. As the kids say these days, I don't know.
I just think that the reality of what she had just done made her catatonic.
Weighed a lot.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's a lot of it. Yeah.
And it's also like, well, how the hell do we get out of this? Like, there is no getting out of this situation.
Oh, no.
You can't explain this
and there
away.
wasn't.
Yeah, like
that was the
this
whole
is going to be a tragedy that's always going to be at that school's history now. And then you get the reveal that she does get locked up. And it's like, yeah, and of course.
I think that was my other thing where I was getting ready to say where I feel like they went more for an artful ending was not so much the nudity of the shower scene, because I get it. She's cleaning her sister. It's because as soon as she's done, she's in prison. They're sitting on the other side of the glass with the parents. So it was like, it's not like they're trying to cover it up. It's not like they're trying to, get away with it.
No.
The sister's now paying the price.
Right.
And then we go to the family, and, we've already seen that the dad is the more sympathetic member of the family, after the finger
barely
incident.
See mom the whole time. I mean,
they never really show her face a whole lot.
Really?
Do they?
I can't even picture her face.
No, you get to hear her talk about the beginning of the movie, like, we're vegetarians. How dare you, have meat slip into my daughter's food.
Yeah, she Karen's the cafeteria.
Yeah, she's like, what if my daughter was allergic or something? She goes very wild.
The dad's always got like a scarf around his neck. He's very well dressed,
I know it's a French thing, but gives his daughter he goes, "Do you smoke?" I'm like, how do you not know if your daughter smokes? I get your French, but gives her the cigarette, and then we're sitting around the table. She's eating vegetables, and the mom pulls, the mom card. Don't get up from this table till you're done eating. I heard that my whole life, but I'm also like, this girl was in college. I'd be like, F off. I'm not eating it. So she sits there and talks with her dad, and we get what's supposed to be this shocking reveal at the end where he talks about the mom. It's like, I've known your mom since she was a kid. There was something about that first kiss, which we saw her have her first kiss, and she bit that dude's lip, a chunk of it out. Also I did not like that scene either. The whole paint,
you throw paint on me, I'm throwing hands.
Well, I didn't like that. It then all of a sudden turned to almost a very rapey kind of scene, and I did not like that.
We'll throw them in the closet. Don't come out until you're.
I was happy she bit him. So, but I like that throwback to where the dad even alludes to, I remember your mother's and I's first kiss, and he wipes his mouth, and you realize he has a scar at the top of his lip.
Yeah, he doesn't play anymore.
No, I was like, oh, mom bit his lip.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, I felt would have been the better subtle ending than taking his shirt off and showing that the mom has the same. Yeah, the mom has the same problem the girls have, and he is her coping mechanism for it.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like
the
mom
I
has
don't-
this that the daughters didn't. Like she has a chew toy. The kids did not.
Yeah, chew toy. I mean,
That's
because if you look at it, there's a lot of healed ones, but there were some fresh ones.
Oh
which
yeah,
means
like she still is constantly gnawing on him.
Yeah,
true love,
And
you know.
God, simp, I guess is the word, but
Man,
that's the word
this
that
is a
kids are
Hellraiser
using
situation.
these days.
I don't, but for what was supposed to be this giant reveal, I don't know. I feel like it could have been done a little bit better.
Oh
I
no,
don't know.
I fully agree. Like if anything, it kind of takes the wind away.
It was
from
it was an abrupt like, hey, look at my chest. Like, oh,
have you ever seen? Like, this
I
is a
get
good
it.
example of a movie that like has a twist where it's like, you really didn't need a twist. Like
Really
like you
didn't.
said, that like subtle reveal of the lip,
The
and
lip.
then you could have
The
faded
lip
to
Just the
black,
lip.
and it would have been like,
Mhm.
oh, no,
Exactly.
You had to give that. I was like, oh, okay.
As simple as I remember your mother's and I's
or
first kiss,
or maybe as he's given the speech, he pulls down the sleeve of his shirt, and you see a bite mark there, and then he rubs
anything
his
other
lip.
than
Let me just
the Freddy
undress
Krueger
real
chest.
quick.
R-
Yeah.
Right. Maybe a couple little things instead of look at the souls of the children that I've.
Yeah, I pictured the faces of children
right
from the Freddy
Dad,
Krueger
you keep
scene,
capturing children. I thought you weren't supposed to do that anymore.
and
It's bad for your cholesterol.
it killed it. And I don't really like how they did the mom character. I just there had to be a better way to go.
They
I'm no
keep her a mystery
filmmaker
on purpose.
Yeah, but it should have been. I don't know. There,
It's
again,
because
this
every
is-
time she would have had an apron around her neck and like a fork and a knife and like a little finger, you know. So it would have been like, oh, that's not subtle enough.
I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm glad. I was worried that was going to bother me, and it didn't bother you guys at all.
That's even the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, like you said it best, man. It did kind of take the wind out of. I didn't like the movie as I was watching it, but I was invested into it, and I was like, okay, what's now? Okay, what is this? I knew this big thing had to happen. I already knew it was a family trait that had already been explained.
Mm-hmm.
And, my whole thing was, instead of eating the dad, it should have been some kind of callback to being a veterinarian. Because what would you have an abundance of being a vet? Dead animals. The mom is the best vet in wherever in France.
Doesn't satisfy the quench.
But she is forcing her daughters to go to some place that is essentially going to trigger this affliction they have. Why would you do that? If that's the case, you would get them as far away, because the young daughter wasn't sick when she went there.
Especially because you're going to know, like, oh yeah, they're going to do that hazing thing where you're going to eat meat for the first time. And that's going to trigger everything.
We're going to dump blood on you. The mom knew all of this.
Yeah.
Why did you expose your daughters to that? The other daughter's been there for years. You have to know she is doing what she's doing.
It's had to come up in conversation.
So it's this thing of the mom. To me, it should have been something to do with there is a reason they have to be vets. You're going to miss a dead body at a morgue at a people hospital.
Right.
You're not going to miss
People hospital.
Well, I mean, think about it. They're at an animal hospital. But
I get it.
A chunk of horse goes missing. They're not really going to open a giant investigation where that went. A lot of times they get turned into dog food anyway. I don't know what they do over those countries. So to me, it would have been like, oh, that's a great cover. You guys are at a veterinarian school. You can say, slake that thirst a little bit, and that's the cover. No, they didn't do that. And I feel like that's a flaw, that the writing or whatever it is. I don't know if the director actually wrote this movie or she just directed it.
I
think
she wrote it.
That's usually how it goes, but I don't know.
By the end of the day, that's raw.
Yeah, she wrote it.
That's raw. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching it with me.
Yes.
That was you know what? Even though you didn't like it, Charlie, I think you had an emotional reaction to it.
I did.
And it made you feel some feelings.
I felt that totally uncomfortable as a 43-year-old dude watching 18 and 19-year-olds experience womanhood. I don't know. It was weird.
It's wonderful. I think that's good. I think that's good. So
no, I don't think it's good. I got a 13-year-old here at the house, and I look at Jackie and I go, "That one's yours. I'll deal with the boys because I know what to expect." No. But all right. Well, let's. I think it's time to do the things.
Yeah,
so let's do the things that we do.
Let's do and apropos, let's do some Raining Blood. So I have a question mark, but I have a number.
Oh.
The number I have is 4.
Oh my gosh. So you said I have a question mark. I'm like, I'm not Mark. That's not Mark. You have a question
Who is
mark.
This Mark?
Who is I have a question.
I normally say
Mark.
I have an asterisk, so I went question mark. Come on, man. I got to stay
no
on
Mark
brand.
in the room. We really need to make sure that is clarified.
There's no Rick either when I go, I have an asterisk. Assholes. Didn't think I was that fast, did you guys?
Nice job.
All right. Well, anyway, so as we all know, there's not a lot of information out here for this movie. Thankfully, there's not a lot to count. We have Adrian, 2 dead bodies in a car wreck.
Yes.
2 dead bodies in a microphone.
At least 1 dead body in the car wreck at the beginning of the movie. Yep. I have no idea how many people are in that, which is the question mark.
4.
The other, I'm calling it 4. There's 1 person in there.
I was going to call 4.
So, and I guess we kind of answered this. So I was going to ask, who the hell is that at the beginning? But I guess we're supposed to take that's the older sister.
Yeah, that's showing the sister's already been doing this.
Okay, because I was looking and going, well, this isn't.
It's not the same car.
It's not the same car, and there's 2 of them in the beginning. There's not 2 people. It's just one. The one girl, not the 2 girls walking to the car. So that answered my question. So we're gonna go 4. That there was only 1 person in the car.
4 is agreeable.
Yep. So, kill of the week for this one, or do we just want to
really? Yeah, like we already said, like the leg reveal was cool. Like that's kind of it.
I'm gonna say the leg kill. I'm not even gonna hit the drop. Let's
just
even though like the opening car wreck was shocking. Like whoa.
It was shocking. And honestly, at that point, I was kind of like, oh wow, okay, because it's a very quiet, drawn out camera shot, and then it switches back to the car. Then it switches back to the original shot, but you realize that the person is no longer in the shot. And then they jump out from behind the tree. So that very much like, oh shit. Okay. But
you were hopeful at that point, and then
I was still
downhill from there.
I was still very hopeful. But I'm going to say, Adrian's, KFC thigh missing is definitely,
I think we can all agree with that.
All right. Well, here comes Pete's favorite part. Let's rate this bad boy.
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
Well, as a Pete pick, I guess that means Pete goes last, right?
Yeah. So, Charlie, you want to go first or me?
I think you should go first.
All right. So, obviously, I'd seen this before. I was excited to see it. And then when Pete had said, "Oh, we're doing Raw," I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like, A, I know that movie, and B, I was like, I remember like not hating that movie. Watching it the second time around, though, I did not feel nearly as uncomfortable as I did the first time. So it was like knowing the story really impacted the second viewing of this movie, where it kind of took away the edge or like that intensity of like what's going to happen with the even I remember like being very like during the Brazilian scene, not knowing what was going to happen, and then leading up to like her trying to chomp at the dead person's arm, just like, wow, where's this going to go? And then having that same reaction to the ending of the reveal of the dad, where it's like, oh, okay. The thing I definitely noticed this time around, like as the story is unfolding and everything, I'm like, huh? Like, do I really care about the story or not? That was the thing I could not get over. I do think it's a really well-made movie. I do think everyone should at least see this movie once. I really feel bad for you if you watch this movie after we've talked about it, because we just spoiled everything for you. But I mean, it's definitely worth a watch. I do think this is the stronger film of this director's filmography so far, because like I said, I know Titan got rave reviews. I really dislike Titan, especially compared to Raw. I was excited to see like, oh, what's she going to do next? And like, it was not what I wanted. But I'm weird like that. So for me, like, this is a really well shot movie. For me, this is a really well shot movie, a really well made movie. I do think it's a good coming of age story. I do think Ginger Snaps is a really good example of how you can do this type of story as well, but with werewolves instead of cannibals.
Werewolves.
There's nothing wrong with Ginger Snaps. That's for sure.
But it was just that, like, knowing how this is, and I gotta say though, because I haven't seen this movie since 2017, a lot of it I still remembered. So clearly it made an impact, you know? I'm gonna land at like 6.5 though. Like, I think 5 is always that definition of like, yeah, that's an okay movie, and like this is just a little bit better. It's not something I see me revisiting ever again. Right. Like it's not the one, like when it comes to French horror movies, that I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, we should watch Raw.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
fair. So I guess me.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we're famously known, I gave Thirst a non-rating.
Yep.
Hey, you really dropped the ball there.
I don't think I dropped the ball. I think
Nate
I put
loved
it
the
exactly
ball.
where it belonged.
Thirst.
Nate loved the ball.
I love the ball.
So I am going to give this one a number.
Oh, a number.
A number, yes. And as Nate has said, it is beautifully shot. It is acted phenomenally. I love the actors and actresses in this movie. They did a fantastic job. I'm guessing fairly early on in all of their careers. You know,
they were very young. Yep.
Yeah.
They haven't been anything else that I recognize either. It's all French movies. So,
right.
Which is fair.
So,
makes sense.
Yeah. So to have that kind of caliber of being able to pull this off to where I did believe everything that was going on, and to emote all the, you know, emotions this movie does provoke. Bravo. Loved it. Loved every bit of that. Story fell flat for me. Because I could not connect on any kind of level, as we've jokingly gone through, but for a movie, really, I need something to connect me to it. I need something to hold on to, and I had none of that. There were a lot of scenes that were throwaway scenes, that even the teacher that we talked about was, you know, there were so many few teachers. That entire interaction with her berating her for being a good student, was the dumbest,
because of who her mom was.
Yeah, you're here because of your mom.
Intimidate all the other students because of your name.
Yeah, but no, he goes, you intimidate all the other students because you're good. You're good.
You're actually good.
You're the best.
And I want to see someone else succeed instead of you.
I would rather watch you fall down, basically, and watch them come up. And I was like, F this guy. And why is this in here? Like, it had no
part of that's part of the struggle of women. Right.
I guess, but it was coming off of her mom apparently is the best one out there, and that's still a woman. So, you know, it's not like they're trying to hold the women down. Anyway, there was so much stuff that I was just like, I don't get this. I don't understand it. I cannot connect with you right now. Aside from eating meat, that's the only thing I can connect. I take a good burger.
I too like chicken.
Exactly. I'll eat a piece of chicken. It's fine. One funny thing I
don't like mine medium rare, but to each their own.
Oh, don't eat
that.
Medium rare.
She did a interview, and they asked her about that, and they go, "So, are you totally off of chicken now?" She goes, "Oh no." She goes, "What I am off of is that thing was made out of like gelatin and sugar, like candy." She goes, I can't eat candy now. That's what that did to me.
Oh no.
I was like, that's funny. Like
That's
she'll still
very
eat chicken tendies, but can't eat candy because of that scene. I love that it's an independent director, writers, all this other stuff. It has won great awards. I read a lot of reviews and I agreed with most of the low ones because all the other ones were what I expect people at art museums. Oh, this piece just invoked so many, flaming crotch feelings in me that I don't, and I'm like, shut up. You're pretentious. I'm giving this a 3.5.
All right.
We got to score something, Pete.
I scored it.
We got positive numbers.
We
got something on the board.
I can't recommend this to anyone. I don't know anyone that Pete is the person I would know that would watch a movie like this, and apparently Justin, which doesn't surprise me either. So it's, I want to praise it for what it deserves to be praised for, but everything else just kind of left me like, like wanting better, wanting more.
It's
like
just not your style movie. That's
it's
all.
not. I could have understood if this was like a school like project movie, and this was a very raw, unrefined. I see promise in the way they did it, which also infuriates me sometimes when you go, you have talent, you have something, then that shouldn't have been what come out. It's like, you needed one more pass with the script, or you needed one more pass at the editing and really put something cohesive together. And to me, this wasn't as cohesive as it needed to be.
Let the record show, though, that Charlie gave Metal Storm, a terrible piece of shit movie, a higher score than Raw. And that alone should let you know about Charlie.
But
that's all you need to know about Charlie.
But you like what you like. And I cannot fault you for your score. And I'm not going to fault you for your score. You're right. You're not wrong. You're also different than what I think.
I don't come at this as hate, like, oh, I hate these movies. It's going to get a 2. It's going to get a 1. Why'd you make me watch this junky movie? I go into it with an open mind, and I give you an honest.
That was actually a really good impression of me watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Yeah. But that is the most movie reviewy I ever really do get, is when you force me to review a movie. Like except I went off of enjoyment, this would be like a 1 on the enjoyment scale. But if I have to go, well, I enjoyed this. I appreciate this part. I love how they did this.
I don't know. There's got to be some enjoyment. Like, haha, Jackie's not having a good time. She's going, bleh.
No, all it did was make me go, why are you doing that? You watch real stuff on TV all the time. You watch Pimple Popper. How is this making you go, ugh? Right. So that's what infuriates me.
So Pete,
it's so gross. Yeah.
What is your score, and why did you pick this one as the first one?
Part of me wants to understand. I would like to know what Jackie thinks about this movie. I would love to hear what she rated this movie. Why did I pick this movie? Because I think this movie needs to be seen more than it has. I think it needs to be talked more than it does. But I also don't think that it's a must-see. I really like the art of this movie. I like the story of this movie, with faults and all, for sure. I like the journey that this young woman takes. The ending, with its faults, is satisfying to a degree. It is a recommend, but not a strong recommend. You gotta really, if you're a Suspiria fan, go see this movie. It's right up your alley. Charlie, have you seen Suspiria?
No.
I love Suspiria, but I don't know that. I don't see the connection, I guess.
The connection is that it's horror, but as Charlie said, it's not really horror, right? I don't think Suspiria is horror. Even though it's Argento, Suspiria is a slow burn. Suspiria doesn't shock or horrify you, really. but it is a damn good movie and it's a damn good story. And I think this movie is much in that same vein of, boy, this is a really good movie. It's so well acted. It's so well shot. The colors are beautiful. The story is uncomfortable, and it is about young people coming of age. That's my Suspiria connection there, loose that it may be.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a solid 7. I'll give it a 7.5.
Boom! There it is.
All right.
It's not a strong recommend. It is a recommend, though.
Okay.
That whole scene with the finger, and it makes me a little. If you haven't seen this movie and you're listening to this podcast, I'm a little sad that you're not going to experience this for the first time, like Charlie did, watching it raw. Get it?
Well, it is on Netflix, so it's only their own fault if
but
they don't. Yeah.
But that whole scene is so. That scene where she grabs her sister's finger and starts nibbling on it, and you're yelling at the TV going, "Oh my God, don't do that. That's your sister's." And then your sister wakes up and sees you nibbling on her finger that's detached from your body. Like, oh, that's gold. That whole
I love how you guys keep on that part where Charlie's like, I didn't yell at the TV at that part. I
know you
didn't.
I know you didn't, but Jackie had a reaction to that scene. Also,
she had a very visceral
scene, and that's what that scene meant. And I think that's what is the best thing about this movie.
Yeah, the takeaway from it is what it's known for in the shocking parts. I feel like it does really well as far as, I guess, the cannibalism part of it, even though I just feel like again, cannibalism in a type of movie like this is also a metaphor, and you know, you kind of have to get it as the movie goes. And because I didn't have a way to connect to it, I was like, well, now I just want a lot more cannibalism. Like, I don't get the satisfaction of the sister eating the leg. I just get the aftermath of it, so really I only ever get her licking the one dude's head with the head wound, and then the one sister eating the finger. Like, that's kind of the only moments of cannibal. I eating the tiny little piece of the lip was also just kind of like, because Jackie kept going. She lose a tooth? I'm like, no, that's a piece of flesh.
Yep.
And she puts it right back in her mouth, and that's another ooh moment for Jackie. I'll ask Jackie what she rates this movie, because she didn't come out. I didn't ask her, but she didn't come out and go, "Oh, I hated that." It was kind of one of those quiet, like, I need to take this in. Which I will. Let me say, I did not have anything negative to say when I finished this movie. I really did kind of sleep on it and think on it today. And came up with why did I feel what I feel? How do I put that into words? So I really did put some thought in.
You made Charlie think today, Pete.
How dare you make me brain?
You made him use that thing. That's up in the noggin.
I am elected to lead, not to read.
The next movie, you can leave your brains wherever you rest them at night.
I'm glad you did this. So what is the next movie
The next movie
being
is
bestowed?
so wonderfully, ridiculously brainless that just get a big old bag of popcorn and put your hand in your pants and just watch this unbelievably.
I'm going to do the Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. This one. This will be the most absurd movie if I get to do this again next year, this will be the second most absurd movie I've done, because I'm saving one.
You're still on probation. It's okay. What's
I know,
the movie?
I know. This is a Japanese movie. It is available on YouTube for those of you at home that want to play along, and it's called Cutie Honey.
Cutie Honey. I gotta write this down.
Right. I'll share the link with you. I'll put it in the chat. Anyway, Cutie Honey was a manga, and it's a little. I think the English call it Randy. The manga gets a little nakedy and a little raunchy, but never sexual. There's a difference in manga between hentai and Randy. There's a word for it. It's escaping me right now.
And this is our action movie.
This is our action movie. Now, this movie
is it animated?
No. This is live action. Thankfully,
Okay.
it is. Think of Power Rangers or Ultraman or Kamen Rider, only with a female protagonist who changes outfits all the time. Now, there is no nudity in the live action version of this, but if you do check out the manga or the anime, there is brief nudity in it, but there's none in the live action movie.
Okay.
But it has a girl in a skimpy outfit and other people in skimpier
that's
outfits.
That's a bonus. Not a fan of mangas or anime, so that's a negative. Yeah. This is going to be weird.
This is going to be very weird.
It is. The action in this is straight out of a cartoon, so it is out of this world.
Well, there you have it, folks. Cutie Honey.
Cutie Honey
is
our next action movie is called.
I guess so.
It is. Okay. There are more explosions and fighting in this movie than you can shake a stick at.
I got a pretty big stick, Pete.
Have you not ever seen Power Rangers? That is as action as you get, son.
Have I never seen Power Rangers?
Have you not?
Do you know who?
I know who I'm talking to.
I grew up on Power Rangers.
We as a society failed by letting that Power Rangers movie
style
bomb.
Movie.
Yeah. I have met the Blue Ranger.
I
have passed, Jason David Frank at a convention before.
I understand that.
I love Power Rangers.
This is a Power Ranger movie. Expect the absolute ridiculousness of Power Rangers with a female protagonist that changes outfits a lot.
So Sailor Moon. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Sailor Moon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I did not like Sailor Moon as a kid.
Don't you worry. Don't, you're going to love this. You're going to love this.
Awesome. Well, that is our next week episode.
That is the movie that when I think about Give Me Back My Action movies, I think of things called Cutie and Honey.
Yep, that's it, man. So
I love upsetting this apple cart. This makes me so happy.
The fact that I'm upset feels weird.
Yeah.
Wait till you watch it. You'll thank me later.
This is partly your fault too, Nate. How did we give him a whole month? I still don't understand how that happened. Normally we give like a horror and an action is what he
check
gets.
Your brain at the door, baby. This is a dumb movie.
It will be.
It's real dumb.
Right.
Charlie, you want to get us out of here?
Yep. I think it's time for us to get out of here.
I'm hungry.
Thank you all for sticking around, hopefully, to the end of this episode that is the Pete takeover we're calling for this February as we covered Raw, the French delicacy, I guess. So if you want to continue following along where we talk about non-French movies, please go check us out over at Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group, and Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Sometimes Pete throws in some foreign stuff in there.
The French version is the wee Give Me Back My Action Movies.
Wee Give Me Back. Oh, yes. Don't Google search that. And also, you can follow us over at Give Me Back My Horror and Give Me Back My Action over on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. Hopefully, you guys did check out our Crabs live stream where we reviewed the fantastical movie. If you want to talk about Power Rangers, Pete, Crabs.
So good.
Yeah, that is a good example of Power Rangers. Yes.
Yeah. So,
so
hopefully everyone got to check that out. And if you haven't, please go give it a check out now. And please go check out all the other fantastic shows at the Gimme Back My Podcast Network. We have our very own Pete, who also hosts Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where they dig into some very bad movies at times and some very good beer at times. We also have Monster Movie Stomp Down, where they get into the kaiju side of movie making, some monsters and creature features thrown in, and their secondary show, Stompy and Frank, which are the two troublesome monsters that run amok, picking some awesome little monster movie puppet show on YouTube. Go check it out. And please do not forget to check out, if you are a wrestling fan, Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, hosted by the Professor Jimmy and the Plastic Chic Jared. They are absolutely killing it over there. Some fantastic stuff coming from that side of the Give Me Back My Podcast Network. Guys, am I forgetting anything? I'm hungry for some reason.
Nope. I think that's it. Yeah, it's because now that I'm hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah, I need some chicken nuggets.
I need some hands.
I guess since it's Pete pick, does he get us out of here with a good word?
Yeah. What's the good word, Pete?
Meat's meat, and man's got to eat.
Now, let's talk about how I get back home.
Gentlemen, meet your meat.